tonight. Life Stadium in New Jersey. It's a special prime edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And here comes Ben Roethlisberger out onto the field ready to lead the Steeler offense.
And for Ben Roethlisberger, there are a lot of question marks coming into this year because he missed nearly all 2019 with an elbow injury. And if he were younger, maybe not as many questions. But he turned 38 back in March. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers expect to see the old Ben Roethlisberger, who's thrown for over 56,000 yards in his career, leading their team.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And some space here. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
A little bit of broken record time, partner, because we know that this young man, Daniel Jones, was a surprise pick at number 6 overall. But I thought that he got better and better as the year went on in his rookie year. A lot of trial by fire. Needs to protect the football better while in the pocket. But when he's at his best, he can throw it and run it. And he's an ascending quarterback. 24 touchdown passes as a rookie.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
11 yards there, first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. A handoff to Barkley. And a short gain here, down to the 22. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 2, Jones. And Tate's got it. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing on first down. Jones throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into... And he is in! Touchdown, Giants! Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Steeler offense heading out for their next possession. And for them, you look back to 2019, no Ben Roethlisberger, and that meant no playoffs in the Steel City as they wound up 8-8. But, look, hope springs eternal this time of year. What chance, Charles, do you give the Steelers of getting back to the playoffs?
Well, since you got all lyrical on me there about hope springing eternal, how about we go to Ben Roethlisberger, who's saying, I still want to win Lombardis, and I say that with a plural. He may be in his upper 30s, but it feels like he's in his upper 20s, and he thinks he can continue to play, and the elbow feels good. But remember, without him last year, they scored 10 or fewer points 5 times. He's got to kickstart that offense with his play as well.
Yeah, and those struggles to score points, it all culminated with an offense that was 30th in the NFL. So if they want to get close to sniffing another Lombardi, those numbers have to have a big uptick.
And it'll help with that defense. T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, Minka Fitzpatrick was an all-pro at safety. They're awfully good on that side of the ball.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. O'Shane Ximines in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Now Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Golden Tate. Able to fight through one tackle. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Well, the Giants offense heading back out there. 2020, really a new start in New York. Joe Judge hired as the head coach, but he takes over for a squad that was 5-11 last year. And if you go back the last 4 years, they're 12-36. And, Charles, that's the worst mark in the NFL over that stretch.
You're starting to sound as gloomy as I normally sound, partner. I'm rubbing off on you in the wrong way. So let's look at some things in their favor. Second-year quarterback Daniel Jones. I thought he had a big second half of the season. He just has to hold on to the ball better in the pocket, and he'll have a chance to make some big plays downfield. Saquon Barkley, fully healthy again. Remember, he played with a bad ankle last year and still rushed for 1,000 yards. They are in a division where 9-7 won the title last year, so maybe they're not quite as far away as some people think.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Running to start the drive is Samuels. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He sets to fire deep. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 38. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted.
Julian Love picks it. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball.
My favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Gano for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
third down, Roethlisberger. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
New York ready to go again offensively.
They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. He completes it to Tate. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Leonard Williams. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
That's the end of the first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. A quick feed from Tate. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again.
He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So, kind of what's going on, you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Jones flushed out right. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Another try for Barkley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it with Barkley. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
The drive will start with Connor. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that. And
he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, 73 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
And that one makes it 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now Jones throwing on first down. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Barkley, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10 is Conner, and he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
Blake Martinez, 2nd in the league in tackles last year, gets another there.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down.
And hitting Juju on the slant.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger with a touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns, PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Boswell for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The New York set to take the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. the play fake. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
New York ready to go again offensively. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. 1st and goal at the 1.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton there to make the grab. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Roethlisberger will throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Dexter Lawrence able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger, and he connects with Vance McDonald. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They begin with a run by Barkley. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. 2nd and 5 now. Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Jones. Got a man, Slayton. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This ball complete, Jones to Ingram. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a before halftime. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now Jones. Well, this is Shepard on the catch. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jones on 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
From the gun, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A final shot before break. Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick from the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Second down and 3.
Now Saquon Barkley, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Again, it's Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second and 11 now.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. On the return, it's Tate. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gano for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And he'll drop here to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
2nd and 10.
Left guard defense. Left guard defense.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, Incomplete.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He'll look to throw right away.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Tyson Alualu busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
2nd and 16.
Okay, let's get set. Mike 5-5.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And now out come the Steelers. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
His throw incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Samuels. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on an expected passing situation.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. and he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger. Got an open man. It's Washington. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. They'll hand it off now to Samuels.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company.
He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership, been a good distributor. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Jones now on 1st down. Finds his tight end Ingram. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the draw, this is Barkley. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 11.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Connor. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 7.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive. And finally, I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him. Made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
He'll set up to throw.
Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A handoff to Barkley. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second and 9.
From the gun, Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end, Ingram. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Big Ben of the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
He'll throw from the gun.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. Eluding the pressure right. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 6 yards there. 1st down, New York.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball.
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
Now Jones throwing on first down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
T.J. Watt there on the tackle.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Roethlisberger.
Back to Smith-Schuster. This time complete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a give to Barkley. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
to Barkley on the check down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a back. A first down carry for Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. On the run, it's Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, that's complete to Slayton. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, 44 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Roethlisberger. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? To throw again is Roethlisberger, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Ben to throw again. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Ebron caught left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's first and goal.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. O'Shane Ximines, his second sack of the night.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron there to make the grab. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away. Touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. New York ready to go again offensively. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On second down, here's Barkley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from East Rutherford.